This is one of the most important videos that I think I could ever make. Um, and the reason why it's because most people who have patterns of needy creepiness that they can't stop, those patterns are there not because they like them, not because you like this person, but because you are projecting. Projections create uncontrollable, compulsive, needy habits that self sabotages you. There's no other way around it. For example, one of my patterns was that when I like someone, this was when I was younger. I would text you a lot, call you a lot. If you didn't text me back, I'll feel insecure. I'll feel sad. I'll send question marks, and eventually it pushed women away. When I wasn't obsessed with them, those patterns didn't come, and ironically, that woman will fall in love with me. So the first thing you have to understand is that obsession is not really it's not productive, right? Obsession is not connecting, but trying to fulfill a mental fantasy. Your nonverbal cues, because of that, it's like a crackhead, right? I always talk about crackheads. And this is something that I say this because this is something that a lot of clients are just bringing up. Like, this is, for some reason, around this time, you get a lot of patterns that just repeat themselves, right? It's a very consistent thing. And when that happens, it's like somebody who does crack, right? And you think everyone is feeling the same energy. You're like, oh my God, you guys want to go out with us? And they're like, what the fuck is going on with this crackhead, right? But you think you're like, you want to go out with us? But because you are under the drug, you are in your own mind, your nonverbal cues become unhinged. Your nonverbal cues do not reflect reality. How you view them does not reflect reality. And so what it does is that people can sense it, and they sense that there's something off with you. You might be a normal person, but when somebody activates this obsession, you become unhinged and you become completely different. The problem is that these patterns are hard to break because people just don't know how to break those patterns. I swear to God, that same person who you start obsessing over, if you learn how to react to the obsessive trigger, your behavior will be so different that those people who you turned off would have liked you back. I know that for sure. Because I've dated women who were needy and creepy. Something happened, they grew as a person, they came back, and that energy was so leveled that I ended up falling in love with them. Right? That was much when I was younger, right? So when you obsess over someone, right, you're not really obsessing over them, because it could be anyone that triggers this. What's really going on is that you are trying to escape pain. You escape reality by obsessing over someone, like dreaming of heaven, dreaming of getting a lot of money, dreaming of being big. Those fantasies allows you to escape your body. And this creates a very addictive feeling because it creates hope. The problem is that it creates a veil between you and them. You stop paying attention to what they really like. You stop paying attention to their feedback. Meaning, you're needy and creepy, they get turned off, but you don't notice it. You start to think that they're also into it. They'll start to be like, oh yeah, of course I want to go out with you. You'll hear, yeah, I want to go out with you, but you don't hear the, what the fuck is wrong with this person? Because you have, the obsession creates an intense level of confirmation bias, where you only see what you want to see. This is something that's very common. This is why I tell people, sometimes you got to talk to someone, talk to a therapist, right? Or book a one-on-one call with another dating coach, or with Father Alex, or talk to your friend, but talk to someone, because when this trigger happens, it's very difficult for you in the moment, in the heat of battle, to wake up from that. It's extremely difficult to wake up from that. So you stop paying attention, you stop taking feedback, and you start to overdo things. And the only reason you overdo it, not because you love them, not because you like them, but because you're in pain, you're sad, your self-esteem is low, and so chasing is a way to release the tension. It's like when you want to double text and you know you shouldn't, but you still do it because it feels good. You're interacting with a mental projection. And this mental projection is the same person, but not them. So you recreate the same situation. This, to me, is honestly the biggest source of needy creepiness. Like I really think that your obsession to this mental projection is why you turn so many people off. You learn to shut this off, and I've seen it in so many people. They instantly look another way. It's like that friend that you had that they're cool, they're relaxed, they're smooth. Like I have guy friends that are smooth, but when they really like a girl, they get creepy and needy. This happens to me sometimes. This makes you look crazy, needy, creepy, low value. It causes you to repeat the same patterns. You're replaying the same script in your mind. You're trying to escape the pain. It's like a dream that keeps repeating itself once you die. Now, this only when you pull away do you see your mistake. Only when they leave you do you see that your mistake. And the reactive and obsessive patterns. But by that point, you already turned them off. And then you say, I'm not going to do that no more. And you repeat the pattern. This is why meditation is so important. Because the first step to this is recognizing the trigger, recognizing the real issues. Not that you like them, but that you have low self-esteem, and hope is your way of coping. Meaning, oh my God, they're so amazing. She's so hot. She's so cute. Oh my God, if I get this girl, oh my God, she's the perfect girl. Oh my God, you start to imagine, and it releases the tension. But the problem is that you're not really interacting with them, and that obsession changes all of your nonverbal cues. Right? Getting what you want and getting that person to like you also won't change that pattern. What happens is that observing the pattern and bringing conscious awareness is what breaks it. Because what you are is really addicted to validation. You are addicted to lust, addicted to love, addicted to external validation. Because you compare yourself to other people. You compare other people's relationship. You assume that everyone has a better life than you. And so it creates a compulsive drive to get what they want because you feel so shitty about yourself. You see, that's why I tell you guys, emotional management is so important. Emotional management is so fucking important, man. If you don't know how to manage your emotions, these patterns will repeat themselves. Because once it gets triggered, you can't stop it. You can't stop it. So one of the ways to deal with this is to observe yourself fucking up. Like, just observe remember in the past, and just next time this happens, I want you to take the next L. Allow yourself to lose the next person. Because there's no other way around it but seeing that what you're really after is not dumb. You're really after making yourself feel better. Once you do that, you could then have a choice to not act on it because you say, okay, what's really happening is not that I don't want it, but I don't like this feeling. So then you can look for other alternatives. This is why I tell people meditate. This is why I'm a painter, right? I learned painting to allow me to deal with the stress. I'll listen to Christian music. I'll pray. I'll meditate. Right? I'll talk to someone, right? This is why it's so important to talk to people. Like I have a set of clients that every time this happens, they call me, and the reason why is because sometimes you got to understand, this is actually so important, and I'm going to say this, you can't control this. This obsessive behavior, it's outside of your control, and you have to recognize that. You got to be able to rely on other people. Or you gotta recognize that once you start obsessing, you can't stop. And that's okay because you're recognizing the nature of your emotional addiction to validation. Once you stop treating them as a drug, your eyes will open up. And literally like magic. I've seen it in myself and I've seen it with my clients. You'll be able to apply the shit that I talk about on these videos. The problem is that there's a veil of fantasy causing you to say, you know what, I'll do what I want to do. Father Alex is wrong. Until you do it, you repent, you feel bad, you say, I'll do it again. I'll make sure next time this happens, I'll do it again. And then you repeat the behavior. You're powerless to that obsession. You got to learn to regulate your emotion. That's what I tell people. Check out my meditation course, Emotional Mastery. If anybody purchases any of these courses this week, I'm going to give you guys a call. Like, seriously, because I want to help you guys, man. Like, there's just so many people who are stuck in these patterns and they don't know what to do. They're stuck and they have no way of escaping. and they treat people as a drug, and that's the source of the needy creepiness. You become an emotional crackhead, and people see you as an emotional crackhead, and they'll look down on you. They may have thought you were attractive, but as soon as you open your mouth, they're like, oh, this person is an emotional crackhead. This person is needy and creepy. You know, I was about to tell you guys, check out that course, Emotional Mastery, man. It'll help you guys out, you know. And if any of you guys purchase any of my courses, I'm gonna give you guys a free 5-minute call. Say, hey, what's up? How can I help you? You know, how can I guide you with this? And there's a 30-day money back guarantee in that course, man. Now, what this called, when you do this properly, you'll notice that they'll have less control over you. Like with women, when I learned this, I had more freedom in my behavior. I was able to behave in a way that I wanted, right? You have the choice, you know, but when you are obsessed, when you have these uncontrollable urges, you have no choice. And it's very important to understand that, because you're recognizing the reality. The reason why you can't escape it is because you don't understand what's really happening. You think that you like this person. What's really happening is that you just don't know how to make yourself happy. You know, you just don't know how to make yourself happy, and that's okay. As you grow older, you develop this self-awareness, which allows you to make different decisions, which allows you to behave differently. You know, a lot of coaches don't talk about this, man. They just give you guys some bullshit. They give you guys strategies, and they don't really talk about the real problem, man. It's an addiction. And some people might be addicted to crack. Some people might be addicted to this, to that. But what people underestimate is the addiction to people. And if you are consistently needy and creepy, if you had a traumatic childhood, you have addictive qualities in relationship. And those addictive qualities never help. You need to liberate yourself from that. You need to liberate yourself from that. A lot of people have a sex addiction, and they can't stop cheating. An addiction to get validation from new partners, and they can't stop looking for new. As soon as somebody validates them, they're like, no, this person is not good enough. They like me back. I got to find someone who's more of a challenge. That's an addiction to validation. It'll keep you single forever. So what happens is that when you stop this, you start acting like your true attractive self. The self that arises when you don't like the person, but they always like you back when that happens. And also, they'll notice that they don't have control over you. Especially if you were needy and creepy and you managed to do this, they'll notice that there's something different. Like a crackhead that's been reformed. Like a crackhead who's not a crackhead no more. People can sense it. They're like, oh my God, Tyrone Biggums, he's not doing the Harlem Shake no more. Oh my God, like he doesn't look dusty no more. Oh my God, he's so calm. And that change is noticeable and very attractive. And people will become drawn to you. That's why when you grow out of people and you realize they're toxic, they come back to you. Because you've been freed from the illusion of your mind, and it allows you to behave in different ways. It's not about that you don't know what to do. You do know what to do because you watch my channel. You just don't know how to control your impulses to do what I say. There's a greater force in you, propelling you to act in a different way. In a way that self-sabotages you. And the more you act on it, the more self-hatred you create, and the more uncontrollable those urges are, because the self-hatred and the resentment creates more pain, more low self-esteem, which causes you to gravitate to the last thing that made you feel better. This is very psychological, but true. I don't know, man. That's what I think, man. Anyways, man, let me know what you guys think about this. If you guys want to work with Father Alex, you guys can book a one-on-one phone call with me today. There's a free gift on the description down below. That free gift is my free ebook about how to get a guy to chase. And that free ebook will give you guys the strategies that I teach on this channel, right? And you'll get it in your email and stuff like that. So go check that out. It's free. It's pretty free. And by the way, we're creating a course. It's gonna be called the Situationship. And it's based on how to escape situationships. It's honestly, I don't even know why I didn't come up with this idea a few years ago. But it's gonna be really good, people. And we're gonna be recording it as a live seminar through Zoom, so you guys will be able to watch it while I record it and ask me questions. So it's gonna be really fun. Go check that out by clicking on the description down below. Take care. Now, a lot of you guys ask me, how do I book a phone call with Father Alex? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have 10-minute sessions, 15-minute sessions, 30-minute sessions, 45-minute session, and 60-minute sessions. And we have bundles right here. And they're confidential calls. We could do video calls. We could do audio calls. And usually people purchase these because they just want a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? And it's very different when people watch my videos versus get a one-on-one phone call, because what happens is that it forces you to do what I say, right? And people really think I don't exist. I don't live in the screen. I'm a real human being, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that's right. And you're gonna get that tough love. You're gonna get that honest opinion. I'm not gonna bullshit you guys. I'm not gonna give you a Matthew Hussey. I'm gonna give you guys a straight response that's gonna really help you guys. So if you guys want to check that out, just click in the description down below, and you'll have Father Alex on the phone today. Well, maybe not today, but tomorrow. Anyway, see you guys later. Bye bye.